D-Lo. Hey, man. Did you see it? We got 400 subscribers. 400. That's pretty good. All right. Great, man. Make sure you don't lose that drive that's in there. Yeah. Yeah, that 400 subscribers. I couldn't believe it. So that was amazing. Shit, man, we'll have 1,000 before you know it. Then I'll be able to go live mobile. Cool, man. Man, just call me Bill. You ain't gonna call me sir. Just call me Bill, buddy. Big Daddy Cat. Mr. 400. I had somebody tell me it was too dark in here, and so I put a little bit more light on it. I don't like it. I like it dark. I'd rather have it dark. I like it dark. I don't think I'm going to turn it back dark again. I'd rather have it dark. So eBay business was good today. Sold a bunch of weird shit. Sold a Hot Wheel. Sold an antique rubber gasket. I got a bunch of old fittings to shit that I don't even know what it goes to. Like probably some old ball joint or something. And I sold, what else did I sell? Sold I sold a fucking hatchet. Yeah, I sold a hatchet. Sold 3 books today. That was good. That's a blessing. And there was something else I sold. Oh, a rare book, non-related to dogs. It was a biography on a dude named Ed Ball. Oh, shit, man. Coming to you live from American Game Dog Times, Dixieland Connection, World Headquarters, here at the foot of Turkey Cock Mountain. It's April 28th at 7:58 p.m. Coming to you from Callens, Virginia. Live. Always like to put that tag in there. Make sure people know where we're at, what we're doing. We're just here talking about life. Oh, man. We talking about Joe Biden getting ready to come on TV and send us another check, man. He's going to stop the shootings, and he's going to stop all them people getting shot by the cops. And man, and he's going to send us all a check. We're going to get $2,000 a month from now on. That's what we need. Everybody needs $2,000 a month. At least that's what I need. I need that till I turn 62. It'd be perfect. But he's coming on here in a few minutes. I think he's coming on here now. Oh, blow Biden. Oh, blow Biden. I don't know. Do you want to watch that, or do you want to watch the Missing Ice Cube? I don't know, man. Tough call. I'm trying to find Joe Biden. He's on TV. He should be on every channel. Presidential address to Congress. There it is. There we go. He's not on yet. Let's see. I don't know what time it's going to start. So what you guys up to? I was kind of planning on checking out old Blow Biden. They say he's not going to wear a mask, but Darth Vader is. Darth Vader is going to be masked up. You know, his sidekick, Darth. I like how she stands back there like Darth Vader. Got that mask on. Wears all that black mask. Looks like Johnny Cash standing back there. The man in black. Go on out. Feed them bulldogs. So what's the subject tonight? Did y'all like that interview last night? Who are you going to interview next? Y'all get me somebody. And I will. Dadgum talk to them. I'll get them to tell their life story. I feed twice a day, man. I go around in the morning and give them something to eat. And then I give them a full feeding in the afternoon. But I do that to keep them quiet, too. Well, you know, me, man, I never really schooled them. I mean, I didn't school them. I didn't game test them. I didn't really do any of that shit. You know, and a lot of people say that's why I lost so much and why I had 5 and 6 time winners pull up. I mean, me, I'd take them when they were about 18, 19 months old, and I'd look at them for about 5 or 10 minutes. And I swear to God, if they'd work good, and, if they were a hard-working, good acting dog that worked hard, and they look good for 10 minutes on a decent dog, man, I'd match them for $300. I'd go ahead and just match them. I mean, just for the fun of it. I mean, they wanted to do it, and I wanted to do it, and it was like, fuck it, let's go ahead and match. And so a lot of my dogs' schooling took place during their local first little match. I'd match them for like $300, $500. And so really, I schooled my dogs, by matching them. Because, I didn't care if I won or lost. It didn't affect me. I don't have to deal with any kind of heat here. I'm under like a full canopy of trees. So it's even when it's 100 degrees, I'm super cool. I'm in the mountains by a creek. I mean, it's like it looks like something out of a picture book, man. So it never gets hot. Breeze is always blowing underneath all these hardwoods. So I don't really have any issues with the temperature. I mean, it can be 100 degrees. It's only like 80 under here. Yeah, I just never did do all that stuff that people I hear about. That's why, where you'll hear stories about old timers where they rolled this dog with that guy and they rolled that dog with this guy and yada, yada, yada. And they have all these stories. And, you know, I don't have any of those stories. I don't have any stories about, I got a couple of them, but no volumes of rolling off the chain with people or, um, uh, any of that type of stuff. I just didn't do it. So, well, then don't do it. Don't feed them in the morning. Just feed them in the evening. I mean, in certain situations, you have to remember you're smarter than the dog, right? So you have to kind of work around that and do things that are smarter than the dog is. You know. Yellow, what's going on, man? And then, your morning feeding. I mean, when I feed in the morning, it's usually something light, like maybe just a half cup of kibble, um, you know, go around with a loaf of bread and give them all a piece of bread and a boiled egg or something, um, piece of raw chicken. Um, it's something light. It's not a whole meal or even a half a meal. It's just it's breakfast. It's just something small. You know, just something to go around and check on them and take them something to eat. I mean, you can get away with a couple boiled eggs. I mean, you could just give them a couple boiled eggs every morning. What we're talking about, Yella, is feeding twice a day. When you feed twice a day, you don't have to feed as much. and you have a more settled animal. You have a happier animal. Because they basically have food all day long. They're not sitting there waiting to eat all day. Overwork them. Overwork them. Work them too much. James Dane, what's up, man? They work them way too much, and they don't feed them enough. That's right. Is it true that if you don't feed your dogs daily, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feed my dogs twice a day. I don't know. They live. The last one, we actually had to put her down. She got so old, and she was like 15 years old, and would just stand in the middle of the yard and bark. And my vet made me put her to sleep. Oh, Frosty, Black Street Hooker, but her call name was Frosty. What you say, man? What's going on, Airhead? Yeah, I don't think skip feeding is a good idea. I think it might create a lot of stress. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. No. About the only thing that'll do is save on your food bill. So, me too, man. I like eating a couple times a day. I like eating 2 or 3 times a day. So, I like ice cream and potato chips, pecan pie, barbecue, chicken fingers. Oh yeah. In your average keep, your dog is conditioned at 3 weeks out. At 3 weeks out, your dog is worked, and the whole thing from there is holding that line and making that peak, and it's a hard thing to do without fucking it up. It takes a lot of practice. Takes a lot of practice. Not for long. Not for long. One of the biggest mistakes in overworking is the damn treadmill, and trying to run a dog for longer than 30 minutes at a time. You've got to break that work up. People think, oh, I can run them for an hour. I can run them for 2 hours. You got to get them off of there and let them go piss. Let them go walk. Let them go get something to drink. They might want a little something to wet their whistle. 30 minutes to a dog is a long, long time. That's a couple hours, man. And you got to get them off of there. So but it's an easy place to leave your dog, is on that treadmill. It's an easy place to leave them. And you can make all kinds of mistakes. You can burn your pads. You could pull a shoulder. Um, you know, dog can go lame. Dog could stop eating. Dog could get dehydrated. Dog can get too wet. Um, you could try something stupid the last 3 days to dry the dog out that you never tried before. Um, there's all kinds of dumb shit that you can do that'll cause you major problems, and then you don't even think about it. So um, it's um, yeah, like he said, conditioning is very complex. It's an art form. Yeah, what is Osage orange? Could be, man. Could be. I mean, thanks, Tim. Glad you're here, man. Well, I'm waiting to hear from somebody. Oh yeah. Well, that's by going at the proper weight, having your dog at the making them right. All right, Harold, take it easy, man. Shoot, mine stay in fat camp. They are fat camp. Isn't that right? Lord, y'all all talking about fat dogs. Here comes one right now. I don't have nothing to eat. I don't have nothing. Oh man. Well, once spring hits. Yeah, that's it, man. I like to get mine out, and I've got a big fenced-in yard, like a dog park here, and I run them in there. So they get a ton of exercise, and I keep them toned up pretty nice. So I try to get out as much as I can and walk them, but that's not that easy anymore. Easier said than done. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Laying around out there in the sun, little pigs, little fat pigs. Uh, I'll take them down to the creek, man. Let them roll around. No, my dogs aren't that fat. They just thick, man. They got that Beyonce look to them, you know? They got the big stifles, little waist, kind of thick through the middle, you know? Then they got that Beyonce look, you know? Big fat stifles on them. You know? You seen them. I have my boy Donald out in the woods again today. I can't video him anymore. It's too embarrassing. I can't keep an eye on him and video him. Every time I do, I either fall over or he runs away. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And the one before that, I busted my ass. I just I don't do well with the dog videos. You know, everybody else they go out in the woods and they video themselves, and they have these little cool videos where they go through the woods or they go down a trail or this or that, and man, everything's all hunky dory, yada yada yada, man. And you know, I go out in the woods and man, I run into fucking rattlesnakes and fall down into holes and trip over fences, and the damn dog runs off. And I mean, every time I try to video something out there, something crazy fucking happens, man. You know, it's fucking nuts. Now, if I don't video, I mean, I had the best time, and I'll be like, man, I should have videoed all this. And I don't know. I don't know. Well, yeah, you know, I just don't have no bones showing on them. They just, yeah, man. I mean, for like a minute solid, I called for it. Donald, Donald. I figured he was just over that ridge and he was coming back. Shit, no, man. He shagged ass all the way back to the house. You know, I got back there. He's up here at the house. There was a bucket that had a dead mouse in it, where some water had gotten a bucket, and there was a dead mouse in it, and I had dumped it out, and he was up there rolling in the dead mouse, like rolling on top of it. You know how they do when they find something dead? And he was up there rolling on top of the dead mouse. Regret calling the dog that turned out. I don't understand that question. I don't know what that means. Like, how can you call a dog that turned out? Like, I mean, I never called a dog that turned out. You know, but there were a lot of dogs I never put in my program that were great dogs that I never used to breed to. Um, you know, I stuck with my real heavy Bolero stuff. I mean, I was real picky about what I bred to. And I used the 50% Bolero blood. I was the only one that had it. And that's what I used. Everybody else used all that Bonnie stuff and the Chance blood and the and the Taz blood and the Bow blood and the Sapella and all that stuff. And but I used the Bolero stuff. That's what I used, and that's what I still have. That's what I feed. You but, well, y'all don't forget to buy my book. My book's for sale. Fat Bill by Fat Bill. It's my life story. Take you from the womb up to the late '80s. Has my message in there about the dogs. You know, I don't mind talking about the dogs and what it was like being a dog man. Um, you know, y'all know how I feel. I don't make it a secret. You get the book, plus you get a jump drive that comes with it that has a book interviews on it, book of game dogs, sporting dog journal, uh, book of champions, 1972 through 1994. So basically, like all the sporting dog journal show news from the 70s through the mid 90s. I mean, all the golden era stuff. You get it all. Um, by the time you read this book and read Book of Game Dogs, Book of Interviews, and look through those journals, and then you've got Ozzie Stevens and Baker Davis audio interviews on there, man, you will be dogified. I mean, it's pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. I had a couple people that wanted to breed to him when I had him. Um, we really didn't know how the dog was bred. And when I let people know that, they changed their minds about wanting to breed to him. You know, the deal with that dog was that I had given a guy, well, he had bought a puppy for me out of Chinaman and Bonnie. This guy would buy pups from everybody. This was back in the mid 80s when there were lots of puppies around at that time. There were pit bull puppies all over the place in our area. And then 4 years later, the guy comes back up to our area selling a couple dogs. And he claimed that one of them was that male out of Chinaman and Bonnie, and that was Zabo. You know, I don't know if it was him or not. But I bought the dog back from him, and that's how I got Zabo back. But I did not raise Zabo from a puppy. So that's why I never bred to him. Um, you know, so I don't know if that was him or not. And so when I let people know that, then they weren't interested in breeding to him either. Mr. Bixler, what's happening? Oh, I'd say the use of fats. Um, you know, when we started out, we really weren't using a lot of fat. And as time's gone on, fat has taken up 25% of the diet. And, you know, it's a viable energy source. It's easily stored. Um, it actually hydrates the dog. Um, it's good stuff. Well, you know, you've got fat sources that are actually in your food when you're feeding. You know, a lot of your foods are filled with fat, so you have that, and then you can add fat to your diet. Um, there's natural sources like, you know, algae oil is a good triglyceride to use. Um, um, Coconut oil is a good short chain triglyceride. It's cheap, easy to get a hold of. But what you're looking for is you're trying to get it to where your dog's eating enough fat that they get fat globules in their stool. That's what you want. And the reason you want that is because under stress, the dog can actually absorb the fat globules through the veins in their rectum. And so if they've got fat globules in their stool, what happens is when the fat globules will attach to the sides of their rectum, and it actually will give them this little 1 or 2% extra boost of energy. But and also by having the fat globules in their rectum or in their stool, it shows that they've got enough fat coming through their system that they're actually passing it out. And that's what you want. You want a dog that's eating enough fat that they're passing it out of their system. Because most dogs, I can take an average dog that you're conditioning and put their stool under a microscope, and you will not find fat globules in the stool. You will not find them. And fat globules in the stool is a good thing, not a bad thing. Write that down. Well, I have got to run to the store, and I got to go help a friend out this evening. A buddy of mine fell out of his truck, fell backwards out of his truck, unloading a bale of straw. And I've got to go run to the store for him. And I got to go run a chore for myself. So I'm going to bolt, and I'll be back later. So only carbs I use from bee pollen. Rest is fat. There you go. And now you think about what we were feeding back in the 80s. How much fat were you feeding back in the 80s? We weren't feeding that much fat. You know? We weren't feeding. Yeah, man, I gotta go. If I didn't, I got an appointment and I've got to go help somebody. So I told dude I was making a run, and he wants me to help him out too. So this is must go do stuff. So, but I'll be back. I'll be back in a couple hours. So I still ain't got the call, but he's supposed to give me a call. Let me know. Yeah, we can do an auction later. Do an auction later. He said I'd get back in time. So me make a phone call. I'll be right back. Oh yeah. Yeah. My boy is out of smokes, and I'm out of smokes. So I'm gonna have to go, but store don't close till 10 o'clock. So I got a few minutes. I can sit here and bullshit a few more minutes. And he's gonna call me when he's ready to go. He's gonna ride with me. So I'll just wait for him to call. No, but no, I'm gonna hang out for a few minutes. I'm gonna wait for him to call back. He ain't ready to go. And like I said, the store don't close. The Dollar General don't close till 10 o'clock. So I'm not that big of a cigarette junkie. I don't care if I got them, I smoke them. If I don't care. It don't matter to me. I love them, but I don't give a shit. But anyhow, yeah. So that that's Grand Champion Bo. Man, that's the baddest dog I ever seen. There he is. That's Grand Champion Bo. So that is one bad motor scooter right there. 5-time winner, beat 3 champions, beat a champion of Harry Hargroves, beat a champion of James Crenshaw. That was a fucking machine right there. Kerbrad, man, Kerbrad, his mama quit. His daddy, Taz, was a good dog. I wouldn't call him a super game dog or anything like that, but he was a good winning dog. Taz's mother was a cur. Taz's mother's mother was a cur. Bo's mother was a cur, and his mother's mother was a cold dog, and it produced that dog. And then the Taz dog went on to make Register of Merit, and really number wise, that stuff there outproduced my blood. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I just bred that shit up, man, just to prove that that my shit wasn't for real. I was like, man, I'll take the curs out of my shit and breed better dogs than y'all got. I took my curs and bred it up and bred better dogs than most of these motherfuckers had. Yeah, but the problem was he had 4 or 5 brothers that were fucking champions. You had that champion Murdoch dog, and hell, I can't remember all of them. But he had 4 or 5 brothers that were champions. So they weren't that freaky. Just that one was in some freaky hands. Some freaks had Bo. That was the problem. The freaks had Bo. Wasn't that Bo was a freak? Like a honey bunch. Yeah, I guess. Like a tornado or a... Yeah, this company they've been trying to sell me stuff. They made me an offer. They were like, "Oh, send us one picture and we'll send you 100 of them for the cost of shipping," which was like $5. And so I ordered these, and they sent me 100 of Bo. And I was gonna get 2 eyes, and I couldn't find a picture I liked. So I sent them that picture. I had that picture, and I really like that photograph. That's a good picture of a bulldog right there. He was I mean, that was a good dog right there. Oh, wait a minute. He just texted me. All right. Well, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta run. He's ready to go. I'm gonna go pick him up. This dude can't even hardly walk. I'm gonna go take him to the store. Okay, fellas. I'll see you when I get back. Y'all take it easy.